Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a quick unboxing, little talk about Hamilton head. So we have a customer that has brought in a Hamilton stage 1 cylinder head. Actually, maybe I better read the box, make sure it is. I'm pretty sure it's a stage 1. Let's just look at the packing slip was actually on it. Wanted to say it was guy's name's Jake. I don't know if Jake, I don't know if you watch the channel or not, but if you do, we're looking at your cylinder head. No, actually it doesn't. Yeah, high performance stage 1. So this is a stage 1 Hamilton head for any of you guys that are interested in buying one. So this is actually, maybe what I should do is I should maybe grab a stock head. Leave that standing up there just so it's easier to see the differences. All right, so we got the Hamilton stage 1 here, and they are a lot beefier in a bunch of spots. Like if you look right here, and I think the reason they did that was actually for ease of casting, but since there's no gap there, and then you look on this head and there's that, and you can see where it's a lot thicker down in here. Now I know the original ones, some of these had casting issues with leaking. I think they've got the problem fixed on these. I have a stage 2 on my first gen. I've never had any issues with it. I pressure tested when I first got it to make sure, but it does come with hat style seals on it already, and it comes with 175 pound valve springs. I think those are 175s. I could be wrong on that. I'll double check and put the number in there. I'm pretty sure that's what they are. I could be wrong though. And then also the ports on them are bigger. So the port there versus the factory port on the exhaust. Other than that, there's not really, like, they're basically a direct bolt on. You don't have to modify anything to bolt it on. Now, something to note though is inside the intake shelf. Like if you look inside the intake shelf there, and then look inside this intake shelf, the factory one is a lot more restrictive. And then something else too, see if I can do this without dropping anything, is see where there's, if you had a VE, I don't know if you'd be putting one of these heads on a VE engine, but if you ever did want to, you could, but you have to change your fuel filter setup because the fuel filter is not, there's no spot to put the fuel filter, so you'd have to use a different fuel filter. Now this head is already O-ringed, so I don't know if we're going to take it apart and double check specs on it. I haven't talked to Jake yet about it. That's completely up to him if he wants us to. I prefer to, just to make sure everything is the way that I like it, but completely up to him because it does take a couple hours, so it's a few $100s for us to do that if he wants us to. But just to give you guys a general idea, they are a pretty nice looking piece. I've never had a problem with the one that's on mine. Now mine's a stage 2, but basically the same idea. Yeah, they're not a cheap head, but if you're looking for performance, it is a performance gain over and above, you know, a factory head. There is other companies that will take a Chinese casting and then have them ported and all that. I don't know what the price on those things are. I honestly have never had one. I've done some porting on 12 valve heads, but usually if you're getting carried away, you know, you're doing a better head, in my opinion. Completely, you don't do whatever you want, but not a long video. Just thought I would do a quick unboxing video on it. Because we have one, so I figured, you know, show a couple little differences on them, and they're not astronomical difference, but are stronger head, flow more, bigger ports, blah blah blah, you know, all that type of good stuff. So just let me know if you got any questions, comments down below. We won't be putting this head on probably for another week or so, so if you guys do have some questions on this head, you know, you want to see it maybe inside the ports or something, let me know. You know, I'll pull a couple springs off and we'll check it out. All right. Remember, it's not rocket science.